we are doing what we announced last year on our Capital Market Day back in September. So we are in the midst of the energy transformation, and we really, on the one hand, have obviously growing areas like Siemens Gamesa, like transmission, at the same time are in a transformation to tackle also the cost challenges and the profitability challenges we have in our conventional business. And since we are obviously more or less a mirror of the energy world, it's now always keeping the balance. On the one hand, really driving the growth part, and at the same time improving the areas where we see more challenges in the market, like oil and gas. And this is why also today we announced obviously also an efficiency program, and which also will touch workforce. And as you said, I mean, we are targeting to reduce by 2025 by 7,800 employees, the workforce. And this will be one measure to be done. And at the same time, obviously, we are trying to invest and improve into new areas and new technologies also then to capture the growth for the future.
So we understand the need to continue to move towards these new sources of energy, these cleaner sources of energy. But do you think there's a mismatch at this time between the new capacity coming on and the needs to continue to run oil and gas facilities? There is a need, obviously, for huge investment into new capacity in these areas, but that's going to take time, isn't it?
Absolutely, and let me be crystal clear. I do believe in interim solutions, and I do believe in the need for natural gas in an electricity generation, which we have globally for a long time to come. And this is why we are doing these measures. We want to be able, obviously, to continue in this business and earn money. And at the moment, with regard to the overall capacities we have globally, not only us, but also competition, we take these measures to have a profitable business in the conventional area, which will be needed. And as much as I appreciate really the opportunities we have by growing in, for example, in wind with Siemens Gamesa, at the same time, I'm strongly convinced we do need an underlying backbone of conventional power generation, for example, based on natural gas.
Well, let me ask you then, obviously you're taking this decision at the moment because you see these structural shifts, but we're in a cycle at the moment where there's a real lack of visibility about underlying demand, given the pandemic lockdowns and the ongoing challenge of combating this illness. To what extent have you factored that into the decisions that you've made in this quarter's numbers?
Yeah, the developments, what we are seeing, obviously, are independent, really, of COVID and the current pandemic. I mean, we really take a mid- and long-term picture. Otherwise, it would not be sensible to do these measures. And obviously, the general transformation in the energy industry is something which, let's say, we can relatively good see at the moment. We see also, obviously, where we are stabilizing and we're not, irrespective of the pandemic. The short-term impacts, what we have from the pandemic, for example, the more restrictions we have in our service business, are not taken into account in this regard. It's really about the mid- and long-term picture. Where do we believe the industry is going in terms of the general distribution and portfolio of different energy technologies? And this is what has been driving us by defining this program. And this is also now what we are discussing at the different sites, at the different parts of our organization starting yesterday.